Orlando Kart Center League of Legends Season 3. Welcome everybody. My name is Andre Martins and I'll be explaining you all the do's and don'ts and drivers meeting of the League of Legends in 2023. So first of all, welcome. And this is a real race, but it's a fun race. So there are many different levels of drivers. Some are very good, some are beginners, some never been on the track with more than 10 or 15 drivers. We're gonna put many drivers on the track. So if at any time you don't feel comfortable, this is not what you think you paid for, or you're not happy with the program, please come back in and we'd be more than happy to refund your money completely, or we can let you come on a different day, by yourself. It is a real race and you guys are gonna be racing side by side, for half an hour. So again, welcome, and I hope you have a great time, and if you don't, let us know. And the way that we can talk to you guys, the best way is we have a WhatsApp page. Once you get to the track, you can go to the registration area and just click on the barcode, and then we can put you on our WhatsApp. And that's how we communicate with you guys easiest. If we have to cancel a race because of rain or something happens, or if you have any suggestions, you can always talk to us through WhatsApp. It's the easiest way. And periodically we make some polls to make sure that everybody's on the same page. And I'm going to introduce a couple new things for this race that you guys have been asking for. So I'm going to talk about it very soon. So like I said, we run two classes. We run the rental cart and we run the pro cart. Okay, the difference is the carts are identical. You will not see the difference. The difference is one car has a 270cc engine, which is the rental cart, and the pro carts have a 390cc engine. The 390, they look identical. They are about 3 to 4 to 5 seconds quicker, a little bit funner to drive, but definitely quicker. And all the rental carts, they start with the number 100. So 100 is always rental cart, and all the 200s are the pro carts. So you're not racing against each other. And inside each class, inside the rental and inside the pro, we have two categories. We have the light and the heavy. How do we do weights? So it's a driver weight. So if I weigh 165 pounds, the minimum weight I must be is 185. So go to the parts department and pick up some weights. So when you're driving, you must be at 185. You're gonna pick up the weights, you're gonna leave an ID or credit card, you're gonna fill out a form, you're gonna pick up some weights. It's for free, you don't pay anything. We just ask you to fill out a form and pick up the weights. So you can be at 185 when you finish the race, driver weight. And for the heavy class, it's 210 pounds. So if let's say you weigh 200 pounds and you wanna be in the heavy class, you just need to get 10 pounds. But if you weigh 200 pounds and you want to be in the light class, you're already qualified. So you're going to be a little bit overweight. You don't have to put any weight on your cart, and it's easier for you, but you can choose either or. So you can be in the light or in the heavy. We can put about 45, 50 pounds in the weight in each cart. So that's the delta that you can go from 140 to 185. It's okay. If you weigh less than 140, it's a problem. So let us know and we can try to work around it. It's not the easiest thing, but we have done it before. So when you come into the track, we ask you to be there, between 6 and 6:15. Be there 45 minutes before, an hour. Go to the registration, check in, make sure you get your car number and you memorize it, and then go directly to the parts area and pick up your weights. Don't wait until the very end to pick up your weights, because there'll be a line. So make sure that you have your weights. The scale, I'm going to put a picture where the scales are, but the scale is at the end of the grid, and you can go and you can weigh yourself with your helmet, the way you're going to race, the way you're going to come out of the race, and that's the way you come out plus the weight must equal to 185 or to 210. So be ready to go. Don't wait until seconds before, oh, I don't have my weight. We're going to start 7 o'clock sharp on the race day. So come in early, do your registration, pick up your weight. There will be no driver's meeting anymore because this is a driver's meeting. So around 10 minutes before 7, we're going to start sitting you guys down. So now you know your car numbers, and we're going to open the doors. You go, you find your card, you sit down. The seats are adjustable. You can adjust the seat, and the pedals are adjustable. You can adjust the pedals. Make sure you put your seatbelt, it's nice and tight, and you go out. So all the rental cars are in front of the main building. That's where they are. The pro cards are in the new building in the back, where it's a covered building, and there will be the 15 cards out there. So the cards look identical. Just make sure you pick out the right number, and it's your responsibility to make sure that you are on the right number, because that's how you're going to be scored. So if your card number is 126 and you jump on 129, you're going to be in the wrong number, then the person coming in is going to be in trouble. So make sure that you know your card, and if you forgot, we can always help you, but make sure that you are in the right card number, so everything works easy. So once everybody's sitting down and everything is good, at 7 o'clock, we'll let you guys go out. We go green. And how does the race work? So the race works the following. You're going to be in the track. You're going to be out there in the track for half an hour. The first 6 to 7 minutes, it's what we call practice and qualifying. So you're going to go out and you're going to do laps. You're going to understand the kart. You're going to understand the track. You're going to understand what you're driving. And it takes a couple laps into the kart. The tires warm up. So take it easy. Normally it's cold. The car's been sitting down, so the tires are cold. You don't have all that grip. Some carts just came in, so they might have a little more heat in the tires, so they work a little bit better. But after lap number 2 or 3, you have a really good feeling on the kart. When everybody has done 5 or 6 laps, we are gonna checker flag the race and the session, and you're gonna see a bunch of red lights on the track. In those first 5 minutes, if you are unhappy with your equipment, if you think you don't have a good equipment, you may come in and change carts. Keep in mind, when you come in and change carts, you lose in at least 2 laps. By the time you come in and you take your seatbelt out and you jump in another cart, and we have to unassign you from the cart you are and reassign to the cart you're going to be at, it takes a little bit. So you might lose a couple laps, but we can do that. We always have 2-3 car spares, so we can do that if you have carts. We work very hard during the week to make sure the carts are as even as possible, but we know for sure that they've been rented throughout the day, and some things happen and some carts are slower. So we are prepared to change your cart if you think it needs to be changed. But luck of the draw, sometimes you're going to get a better cart, and sometimes you might get not the best cart. So we do our best to give you as fair equipment as you can, but they are rental carts, so keep that in mind. If you want something a little bit better, we can go to the next classes up, which is the speedy carts. They're much more even. So once you get the checker flag after 5-6 minutes, you're gonna go slow, and we're gonna stop not where everybody thinks we used to stop before in the chicane. We're gonna stop on the back straightaway. It's called turn right before turn 9. On that straightaway, we're gonna stop you, and everybody must come to a complete stop on the side of the road. Don't be in the middle, on the side of the road, and leave a gap between you and the car ahead of you. Okay, there'll be 60 of you guys. It's a lot of go-karts. Okay, so don't go behind somebody, and don't go in the middle. The reason for that is once everybody stopped, we're going to start aligning you guys based on your qualifying position. If you're behind somebody and I call your number, you can't get out and drive, so you're going to miss your position. So make sure you leave some spot that you can accelerate and drive, and make sure you guys leave the center line always clear, so everybody can go to the middle and then go on and go to the grid. So it's very important that you follow that procedure. The quicker you do it, the quicker we can go back racing again. So park in the right position, wait for us. So we're always gonna call the pro carts before. So even if the pro cart is not faster, you guys are gonna start, the first 15 carts are gonna be the pro cart. And then the second 45 carts will be the rental carts. The reason for that is because the pro carts have a much stronger engine, and in the start of the engine, they're gonna go much quicker. Once they get on the throttle, they're gonna go quicker. So we wanna see them go first, and then everybody can pass you guys in the pro kart. If you're not comfortable, you can choose to start last. That's your choice. But we're gonna put you first. You just go very slow and wait until everybody grids, and you can grid in the very last position. It is your choice. So starting this race, we have a digital board. It's a very big digital board with 8 inches numbers. It's very big. and we're gonna be in the front of the grid with the board holding up, and we're gonna digitally assign you guys numbers. So I'll be there pressing the numbers with Victor or whoever it is, and for 2 seconds, we're gonna leave the number of your card up in the board. So we're gonna go number 142. It's gonna be flashing 142. Be looking at that sign, because in 2 seconds, I'm gonna go to second position. I'm gonna go to 169. And then 2 seconds, I'm gonna go 175. So every 2 seconds, we're gonna change. So it's very big numbers. We tested, it's super bright. You can see it from anywhere. So once you see your number, you start driving through the middle. So now you're like this, you drive to the middle, and then you go back to the grid where another employee is gonna help you grid. Find the next available spot, wait until the whole grid is formed. Don't get out of your go-kart. Stay in your go-kart. It's very important because people are gonna be grading behind you. So stay in your kart. And we think this way is gonna be a much faster and more precise grading position. Now, if you miss your number, and when we're done, you're still there, you miss your number, you're gonna grid in less. So be very, very attentive. Pay attention and make sure that you see your number. Once you put your number up, you go and you go to grid position. Once everybody's graded, we have a starting big lights in the start-finish line. How do we start the race? You're gonna see 1 red light, 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4 red lights. When all 5 lights are on in the big traffic light, they all 5 go on. Within a half a second to 2 seconds, they go off, and that's when the race is on. There is no green light. It's only 5 lights off, just like Formula 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, off you go. Once you go, my suggestion is you cannot win the race on lap number 1 or quarter number 1. It's a long race. You're gonna be racing another 20 minutes or so, because we think we can grid you guys now in 2 minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes. So we're gonna have 20 minutes left. It's more than you ever raced before, most likely. So make sure you get to that first corner 1, 2, and 3, and then you can start pushing a little bit harder. If you do a spin and you lose 15, 20 seconds, it's gonna take you a long time to recover all that time, passing people. Up to you. So that's how we do the start of the race, and that's how we do the grading. If you guys do a great job, we're gonna go much quicker. Again, we listened to you guys that the grading time last time wasn't the best, so somebody suggested a board. We bought the board. We're gonna implement the board this weekend. If you have any suggestions, you always can go on WhatsApp. Let us know what you think, or you can let us know by talking to us, whatever the circumstance is, and we want to make this the best we can, the show for you. So now we're all racing. Live timing is working. People inside can be seeing where you are and all this stuff. Normal racing etiquette appears. So if you never raced before, and now you're racing with 60 people on the track, it's a really good experience. If you never did it, it's a lot of fun. However, your braking zone is not the same. If normally you brake here, but now somebody's braking here, you have to brake here. So you're gonna brake more back. Some things changes, a lot of people. Normally, if you see a big hole, somebody also saw that hole, and you're probably gonna crash because 2 people can occupy the same hole. So you're gonna learn a lot in a very short time of how to do racing, and you don't know what this person is thinking beside you. So I caution you to be in the safer side, and then you can be more aggressive towards the end. If you see a yellow flag or yellow light, that means there's an incident or accident ahead of you. Don't pass anybody until you go through the accident, because if you do pass somebody, we're gonna penalize you. And if you pass by accident, raise your hand, give the position back, and you'll be okay. Because if you don't, we're gonna penalize you at the end. If you're going down the straightaway, we allow you to do 1 move. You can do 1 move, but not 2 moves. So we say you're allowed to zig, but you can't zag. Once you make that move, you can do a blocking move, but you must leave some room between your cart and the grass to allow the person to still go by you. So you can't go all the way to the grass and block the track completely. So you come out of the corner and you want to start moving, you can, but you must leave some room there for the person to go by. Now, what you can't do, you cannot look back, look at the person coming to pass you. And once you look back and you turn and you go towards the person, that is a blocking move, you're going to be black flag, you are disqualified. So you can't intentionally block a person. If you decide to look back, you can look back, but you can't move. That's up to you. So I recommend don't look back, and if you need to block, you can block that way. We do not allow you to jump any curbs. If we see air anytime between the tires and the asphalt, you're probably going to get a warning, and then you're going to get a black flag. It races over. So you can use a little bit of the curbs, but don't try to jump them. If you jump them to try to go quicker, you're going to get a black flag. Now, if you go over the curb because somebody press you against the curb and you're in a bad position, and you, instead of crashing, you're trying to avoid it, we can accept that. You still might get a black flag because you probably were the aggressor and you give the guy room, but we allow that. And if you go off the track for some reason, because you spun or somebody pushed you out, when you come back into the track, make sure you look back, raise your hand, and slowly go back in the track. Don't just assume that because you went out, you can go back in, because there might be somebody coming and we might get in an accident. So if we have an unsafe track condition, we're going to go to red flag. You come very slowly back to the pits, and we're going to stop you guys there, and we're going to assess the situation. If the race is more than 50% over, we might call it a day. If it's more than 7, but not 75%, you get half points. If it's more than 75%, it is over for sure, and you get full points. And if it's under 50%, we either going to give you credit back, or we're going to restart the race. Restart the race again, and we see what the thing is. So once the race is over, you're going to get the checker flag. Once again, the light's going to be red. You slowly come into the pits, okay? All the pro carts, you're going to come in. You don't come in where the rental pits is. You come in with the next entrance so you can put the car back where you got it. But slowly, please slowly. Don't come in fast. There are people be walking in, all this stuff. And there will be some screens up. And if you think you finished top 5, you must come to the scales with your weight. So when the race is over, everybody must take the weights out of the go-karts. So open the little latch, take the weights out. And if you think you finished top 5, you must come to the scales, where somebody's gonna call your number, and you go to the scales with your weight. You go top of the scales with your weight, with your helmet, the way you came out of the car. And if you make weight, you're good. If you didn't make weight, you're disqualified. Now, it's a little bit of honor system. If you come out of your cart and you take your buddy's weight, there's nothing we can do. Okay, so be in the watch. Other drivers can help us to see if anybody is doing some funny business. And if you don't come to weight, if we don't check you off a check mark because you went to scales, you will not be qualified as well. So it's your obligation to come to the scales, not ours to go find you. So yeah, make sure that you come to the scales. And then if you didn't make the top 3, because that's what the podium is, make sure you bring the weight back to the parts department, get your ID back, and you return your weight, and there's no charge on anything. If you lost the weight, or you can't find it and bring it back, we will charge you for the weight for sure. And then after the race, the top 3, we have a podium, and 2 podiums for the light and for the heavy, for the rental, and light and heavy for the pro. And it's a championship. It's a 3rd season. At the end of the championship, normally we have a small little party. We might invite you guys. We do a little endurance race. So that's what we do at the end of the event, at the end of the season. So that's basically in a nutshell, the drivers meeting. I hope you guys listen. So I forgot a couple of things. So it's your obligation to make sure that your seatbelt is always on and tight. If your seatbelt comes out and not on, you are going to be black flagged and the race is over. So make sure that you put your seatbelt on. We can help you before. And hope you guys have a great race. And yeah. And any questions, you can always email us, ask us, call us. We're here to help you, and hope you have a great race.